It seems the Chicago Sky have had to move two of their home games to a larger facility, a larger basketball facility.
Did you see what just happened? Angel Reese is absolutely fuming after the Chicago Sky announced they're moving only Caitlin Clark's games to the United Center. While Reese's games stay put, she's out here screaming, "They watch for me too." But the numbers tell a completely different story, Al.
I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
Let's break down the reality behind this situation and why it doesn't add up. Caitlin Clark's games averaged nearly 17,000 fans last season, while Reese's games drew around 9,000. And it's not just Chicago. Teams across the WNBA are rushing to book larger arenas, specifically when Clark is scheduled to play. This isn't about favoritism. It's about undeniable demand and revenue. The numbers speak for themselves, and it's clear Reese is pushing back against a wave that may be too strong to stop.
Sure, no doubt this is the Angel Reese effect. I've got no doubts, no qualms. There's nothing. She even told me herself right here that it's not just one other player, it's because of her.
Angel Reese is visibly frustrated after a major decision by the Chicago Sky left her questioning her value to the team. The organization just made a bold announcement that has their star rookie feeling overlooked. They're moving only 2 games next season to the massive United Center. And guess which ones? That's right. Only the matchups against Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever.
What I do realize is that as of right now, no other Chicago Sky game have been moved to the United Center, except for one, Indiana Fever.
Angel Reese couldn't hide her frustration, clearly affected by what this decision implies about her influence. The same Angel who once confidently said, "They watch for me too," now finds herself watching in disbelief. Her team's actions are sending a message that speaks louder than any words. And that message is hitting hard.
America's team versus a team who has the person who is the scourge of society. Oh, God. Oh, man.
This venue upgrade is far from minor. It's a game-changing move. The United Center can hold over 21,000 passionate fans, more than doubling the 10,000-seat capacity of their usual home, Wintrust Arena. This isn't just about a few extra tickets. It's about creating a whole new atmosphere. It's a bold statement from the Sky, signaling their belief in the growing support that can fill those additional 11,000 seats. What's in store next?
In case you're wondering what the difference is right here, that Wintrust Arena, 10,000 seats for basketball, 20,917 at the United Center for basketball.
This venue upgrade is far from minor. It marks a major shift. The United Center holds over 21,000 fans, more than double the 10,000-seat capacity of their usual home, Wintrust Arena. This isn't just about selling more tickets. It's about creating a whole new energy. It's a bold statement from the Sky, showing confidence that their fan base is ready to rise and fill those extra 11,000 seats.
They have Angels. Shouldn't all their games be played at the United Center? Question mark. No, I mean, that's inquiring minds want to know. That's a legitimate question.
This isn't some random scheduling twist or coincidence. It's a calculated business move by the Chicago Sky, made openly for all to see, including their own star player. It's a clear, unapologetic message about who they believe is the real box office attraction in women's basketball right now.
The first time that the Chicago Sky will be playing at the United Center. And so that should be cool, right? And it's the 2 times that the Chicago Sky are playing the Indiana Fever at home. The Chicago Sky are playing the Fever 5 times this year, and 3 of those times is in Indiana, 2 of those times is in Chicago.
And here's where the numbers tell the real story. Shifting those Clark games to the United Center isn't just about prestige or appearances. It's projected to generate an additional $4 million in revenue compared to hosting them at Wintrust Arena. That kind of financial impact grabs executives' attention and makes the business case impossible to ignore. When millions are at stake, emotions and loyalties often take a back seat.
As a person who wants the game to grow, as someone who wants the Chicago Sky to make as much money as possible, as someone who wants to see big numbers at a WNBA game, I think this is great. I love
When business decisions of this scale are made, they aren't driven by emotions or social media clout. They're grounded in cold, hard data. And that $4 million venue shift, it's only the tip of the financial iceberg. Just look at the way Caitlin Clark is transforming attendance figures across the league. Her impact is reshaping the business side of the game.
someone who loves the game of basketball, as someone who is a supporter of the Sky and wants everybody to make as much money as possible. I love this.
Let's put it plainly. Caitlin Clark isn't just drawing bigger crowds. She's redefining the WNBA's entire attendance game. With Clark at the forefront, the Indiana Fever didn't just surpass previous records. They blew them out of the water, smashing the league's single-season attendance record by an astonishing 36%. Think about that. A rookie steps in and instantly breaks a record that had stood strong since 2001.
Last year, the Indiana Fever were in Chicago, and a lot of us were asking, why aren't they putting this in the big arena? Are they really that stubborn that they're ready to just turn away dollars just for a narrative?
Want to know just how powerful Caitlin Clark's drawing impact really is? During her rookie season, the Fever filled arenas with over 20,000 fans. Not once, but 3 different times. That's playoff-level attendance happening in regular season games. When was the last time a first-year player in any sport pulled that kind of crowd? It's nearly unheard of.
Seems as if they got their end of their year report, looked at the bottom line and said, you know what? Slam shut. In 2025, we're going to be in the United Center. Maybe some of the owners were started talking behind the scenes, right?
If you really want to grasp the strength of Clark's drawing power, consider this. During her rookie season, the Fever packed over 20,000 fans into arenas on 3 separate occasions. That's the kind of turnout you'd expect in the playoffs, yet it happened in regular season games. When was the last time a rookie in any sport generated that kind of buzz and filled seats like that? It's a rare kind of impact, doubled the audience.
Not even just the ticket sales, merchandise sales, concession stands, parking. Dude, they are racking in money from every area when Caitlin Clark comes to town. So, of course, the Chicago Sky, oh, fine, I guess I'll milk that well until it's dry. Remember Caitlin Clark?
And here's where the story takes an even more intriguing turn. The Chicago Sky's biggest crowd ever didn't happen during any of Angel Reese's games last season. In fact, it wasn't recent at all. Their attendance record was set back in 2016, when over 16,000 fans showed up, at a time when Reese was still in high school, far from the professional spotlight.
At the end of the day, folks, in case we're all not aware, the owners, they might be talking a lot of hot shit, but they're capitalists. They want to make their bread at the end of...
The market doesn't lie. When Clark and Reese went head-to-head last season, ticket prices skyrocketed into the thousands as fans rushed to witness both rookies share the court. But when Reese played without Clark in the building, those same tickets barely crept above face value. It was like the crowd equivalent of a whisper compared to the roar.
United Center, like I said, 21,000 capacity, 23,000 for concerts, 21,000 for capacity. Oh, we're going into the big boy arena and leaving the Win Trust 1,387 people. What's that trend going along? Do you want to take this dollar bill or do you want to double it and hand it to the fans? Do you want to take this Caitlin Clark attendance record or do you want to double it into the next year? Oh, you want to double it into the next year? Oh, we will double it into the next year. And this is going to be the first game ever. First WNBA game ever to be played at the United Center. I don't know why it's the first game ever, because the WNBA has had so many stars over the last 15 to 20 years.
Right? They don't sell out their home games with Angel Reese. Have I said that before? I have. They don't sell out their home games with Angel Reese. I think they average around, like, what, 9,000 fans last year per game.
Got the Atlanta Dream owner talking to the Minnesota Lynx owner, talking to the Seattle Storm owner, talking to the Guys, I'm telling you, when Caitlin Clark comes to town, put it in the big arena because she is box office and it is going to be big money.
Scheduling is very interesting. There is a little reaction on that already. But let's take a look at this right here. 6 WNBA teams that moved games versus Caitlin Clark in the Fever to larger venues. I did the Dallas Wings, and I did the Atlanta Dream, and I did the Chicago Sky. Atlanta Dream moved 1 game to the State Farm Arena. Chicago Sky moved 2 games to the United Center, home of the Bulls, home of the Blackhawks in Atlanta, by the way. That's the home of the Hawks. Connecticut Sun moved 1 game to TD Garden, home of the NBA Celtics. That's going to look really freaking cool on TV.
At the stage where Caitlin Clark is probably going to be responsible, I'm not joking when I say this, for like games where she plays in, probably going to be responsible for like 30% of the attendance in the WNBA. There are teams that are going to average 3,000 fans a game, but have 17,000 fans when Caitlin Clark shows up to town.